Ja, wir sind bereit. Red einfach.
Hello, welcome to the German Jigsaw Puzzle Association's first national championships. I'm Erika Ritz, and this is my co-host, Virginia Wilhelm.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the championship.
And we're very excited to be here. We are just about to start the first of the 3 individual preliminary heats of the day, and there's going to be also 2 pair preliminary heats and a team's final. So it's going to be a full day of a lot of puzzling. We're very excited.
It is definitely going to be a long day. There are multiple people who are going to be puzzling in many rounds all throughout the day, so it's going to be really exciting to watch, and we're also super excited to start with the first round.
Yes, and to be exact or more precise, there's about 100 to 120 participants per heat, per preliminary heat, and there's 360 individuals who will be participating, and 240 pairs and 55 teams. And the top 40 of the individual preliminary heat will advance to the final, and the top 60 of the pair preliminary heat per heat will also advance to the final. And we're also going to have some special categories: the under 18-year-olds, the 50-plus-year-olds, and the internationals. And the top 2 of those categories per each category will advance to the final.
It is an incredible number, especially for the very first championship. From what I remember, I think the competition was sold out maybe a month after the entries opened. I'm not entirely sure. I think you were involved in the entry process as well.
Yeah, it was really fast. We couldn't believe it, how fast it sold out. Well, or how many seats were already taken, and then slowly the seats were all sold out, and people were all on the waiting list even for each category, and they were hoping that they would still be able to participate, because there were also some people who couldn't make it anymore, so they had to unregister, and
Yeah, there was a warm-up for this competition, so to speak, in October, and I think that also kick-started the entries. And as we can see, the competitors are already taking their places in the hall, and very soon the opening ceremony is going to be starting. So we're going to watch that together with all of you who have already tuned in. We can see that some people have already been saying good morning, and there are a couple of people already watching. Actually quite a lot already, which is pretty surprising for the early hour.
Yeah, it's about 8:28, yeah. So the competition will start in about 15 minutes. People are still getting their seats, and soon the rules will be announced by Isabel Gall, I assume. And yes, you can see Isabel Gall and her the host of the day for the stage, Ronny Wavas. And yes, so they're just getting ready for everybody to get their seat.
Yes, there are still some kinks to be worked out. It is usually like that at the beginning of a competition day. Like, everyone has to figure out what is happening and where they are. As soon as the competition starts, it usually gets way better, but these beginning minutes are usually very, very stressful especially for the main organizers, and then not to talk about the competitors who are still sitting there.
Yeah, everybody's probably really nervous. I mean, it is the first national championship, so it means something. We're really excited. It's still loud in the room, but I'm sure once the people start puzzling, it's going to be super quiet.
Yes, people are taking their places slowly, and they must already be looking, maybe hoping that they can see through the bag to kind of figure out what the puzzle might be. There have been a lot of speculation of what it might be. Yes, we're going to be finding out soon, and it sounds like the opening ceremony is going to be starting.
Guten Morgen. Sind hier noch Nachrücker anwesend, also Personen, die auf der Liste stehen zum Nachrücken im Einzelwettbewerb? Dann bitte herunterkommen zum Herrn Smith, damit wir die Nachrückung regeln können, bitte. Sonst noch jemand auf der linken Seite hier drüben? Niemand? Also alle diejenigen, die offiziell gelistet sind als Nachrücker, bitte. Zum Herrn Schmidt.
Ich war schon hier, genau. Ich dachte, es sind jetzt die. Okay.
Der Tisch 35 ist noch nicht besetzt. Ist der Teilnehmer da, der für den Tisch 35 vorgesehen ist? Anna? Bitte? Okay. Die Anna Siebert, gell? Alles klar, Dankeschön.
Habt ihr im hinteren Bereich noch unbesetzte Tische? Claudia war gestern da. Wir brauchen den Namen.
Wir haben noch einen weiteren leeren Tisch, Tisch Nummer 86. Die Frau Katharina Hanisch. Ist die Frau Katharina Hanisch anwesend?
Ja. Sabrina Kerz. Sabrina Kerz. Okay, hier ist der Zettel. Der Zettel muss wieder zurück.
Ja, Hanisch ist da. Somit sind alle Tische besetzt. Fangen wir an. Also, guten Morgen miteinander, liebe Gäste. Herzlich willkommen hier in Leonberg. Mein Name ist Ronny Warwas. Ich werde heute euch begleiten durch diesen Tag. Darf ich euch vorstellen, unsere zweite Vorstandsvorsitzende, Frau Isabel Gall. Sie wird den englischen Part übernehmen. Und bitte, komm näher. Von unserem Sponsor, wir werden ja gesponsert von der Firma Ravensburger, die ist vertreten durch die Frau Bachhofer. Die wird euch auch noch Grußworte sagen. Zunächst die Frau Gall.
Good morning. So for all our international participants, I will try to make an English translation. So welcome everybody to Leonberg. This is Ronny. Ronny is going to present be the showman today. So my name is Isabel, I'm the organizer, and we have a special guest, Lena Bachhofer from Ravensburger. She's from our main sponsor, so she wants to say hi as well.
Lena, now it's your turn.
Ja, hallo zusammen. Ich freue mich sehr, euch heute im Namen von Ravensburger zu begrüßen. Und es ist wirklich so toll zu sehen, dass das Produkt, an dem man täglich arbeitet, einfach so viele Menschen begeistert und das Puzzeln als gemeinsame Leidenschaft einfach so miteinander verbindet. Und ja, dass vor allem diese Veranstaltung heute auch den Rahmen schafft, so viele Puzzlebegeisterte zusammenzubringen. Und daher freuen wir uns total, dass wir die Deutsche Puzzlemeisterschaft als Partner unterstützen dürfen. Und in dem Zusammenhang natürlich auch ein großes Dankeschön an euch, an den Deutschen Puzzleverein, dass ihr mit der Veranstaltung das einfach auch möglich macht. Und noch ein größeres Dankeschön eigentlich an euch, an die Teilnehmer und an die Zuschauer, denn nur mit eurer Leidenschaft und eurem Engagement macht ihr die Veranstaltung zu dem, was sie ist und zu was ganz Besonderem. Und ich wünsche euch ganz viel Erfolg, einen spannenden Wettkampf und natürlich ganz, ganz viel Spaß. So yes, also a warm welcome from my side. I'm really happy to say in the name of Ravensburger, welcome to today's first German Puzzle Championship. It's so great to see that for the puzzle you're working for, that this puzzle or product is exciting so many people and bring together on this day. And it's great that this event brings all of the passionate puzzlers together. So we are very happy as Ravensburger to sponsor the German Puzzle Championship, and also a big thank you to the German Puzzle Club for hosting this event and making this possible. So, and also a big thanks to all the participants and to the audience. With your passion, you make this event very special, and a lot of luck from my side, an exciting competition, and a lot of fun, of course.
Vielen Dank, Frau Bachhofer, für die freundlichen Worte und vielen Dank, dass Sie uns mit Ihrer Anwesenheit beehren. Dankeschön. Vorab noch ganz kurz zwei kleine organisatorische Sachen. Die Firma Ravensburger hat draußen im Foyer einen Verkaufsstand aufgebaut. Vielleicht besucht ihr den dort, könnt ihr euch mal schauen. Es sind dort alle Wettkampfpuzzle, die heute zum Wettkampf kommen, stehen dort zum Verkauf. Und auch ein paar ganz spezielle Schnäppchen. Schaut euch das mal an. Es sind also seltene Sachen dabei. Und selbstverständlich kann man dort auch mit Karte zahlen. Das haben wir auch ermöglicht. Dann möchten wir auch darauf hinweisen, auf das Catering. Im Foyer wird der Wirt von dieser Gaststätte hier wird ein Catering aufbauen. Dort sind Getränke und Snacks zum Kauf frei. Das Dritte, worauf wir aufmerksam machen möchten, ist die Regelung für das Parkticket. Hier von meiner Seite aus links ist doch der große Parkplatz, das sind 140 Stellplätze. Und für diejenigen, die heute an der Veranstaltung teilnehmen, können einen Sondertarif in Anspruch nehmen. Das kostet dann nur 3 € Tageskarte. Ihr müsst am Automaten die Gebrauchsanweisung lesen und diesen kleinen Code eingeben, den es dort gibt. Es lohnt sich. Dann seid ihr nämlich nur bei 3 €, ansonsten seid ihr bei 16 €. Also lest die Gebrauchsanweisung und benutzt sie. Besonders hinweisen wollen wir auch noch, dass wir im Laufe des Tages Besuch kriegen von verschiedenen Zeitungsreportern und verschiedenen Kamerateams vom Fernsehen. Verschiedene TV-Sender werden auch da anwesend sein. Soweit, ich übergebe an Isabel.
So you might have seen that there is a Ravensburger stand with puzzles in the lobby, and they have, of course, the puzzles from the championship, but they also have some specialities that you can't get right now in Germany in the shops. So just go there and enjoy. Second thing is a caterer. We have a caterer here, and he will offer drinks and snacks. But please regard that it's not allowed to eat and drink in the competition hall. This is not our rule, it's a rule of the Stadthalle Leonberg. So I'm sorry for that. about parking, who's here by car, there's a parking space, so with the ticket machine there is a button, a special button for the low tariff, so please read the instruction there. If you need help, because it's only in German, then just come to us and we will help you with that, but it's then only €3 for parking instead of 16 euros. Last but not least, we will have some newspapers and TV channels here today and tomorrow, just for you to know that there are cameramen, also not only our own cameramen, but others taking pictures and filming.
Es war mein Ernst, als ich in der Einleitung von einem besonderen Wochenende sprach. Dieses Wochenende hat eine historische Bedeutung. Ist euch das bewusst? Wir alle zusammen, Teilnehmer hier und wir als Organisatoren führen die erste deutsche Puzzlemeisterschaft durch. Wir werden an diesem Wochenende den ersten deutschen Puzzlemeister oder die erste deutsche Puzzlemeisterin küren. Aber es gibt auch noch einen zweiten ganz wichtigen Grund, weshalb ihr alle aus nah und fern hierher nach Leonberg gekommen seid. Wir alle wollen Spaß haben. Wir alle wollen puzzeln. Wollt ihr puzzeln? Okay, seid ihr bereit? Dann lasst uns anfangen.
Okay, before we start, we have to have the translation first. So this is a historic weekend, and it's a very special weekend, and because it's the first German jigsaw puzzle championship that we will have here this weekend. So it's not only historic, and it's not only for the puzzling important. It's the second thing that makes it special is that everybody is here to have fun, and to have fun with puzzling. So now the question again, and I want to have it louder. Are you ready?
Noch zwei kleine Hinweise. Ihr seht hier an der Leinwand unten links die offizielle Wettkampfzeit. Die beginnt nachher zu laufen, wenn ich das Puzzle starte. Starten werde ich, indem ich einen Countdown von 5 abwärts mache, klar und deutlich, werde ich das sagen. Nach einer Stunde werde ich die Zeit angeben, es sind dann 60 Minuten vergangen, wir haben noch 30 Minuten Restzeit. Und ebenso die letzten 10 Minuten und die letzten paar Sekunden werde ich angeben.
There is a countdown on the screen, and I hope that everybody also in the outside can watch on the TV screen or on this screen to see the countdown. And Ronny is going to say, what did you say, 10 minutes left? The countdown, and then 1 hour, and then the last 10 minutes. So he will announce that.
So, Leute, jetzt wird's ernst.
Wir müssen den Alfonso noch begrüßen.
Oh, very important. Wir haben einen ganz, ganz wichtigen Gast hier, Mr. Alfonso. Das ist der Mr. Alfonso Alvarez Osario, der Präsident und der World Jigsaw Puzzle Federation. Welcome. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Sorry, but I first have to say that my English is very limited, but I try to explain what is my emotion. I'm very excited from stay here. That's the first championship of Germany. Is amazing. Maybe that's the first championship, most biggest I saw in my life. That's I have to say thank you very much to Michael, Isabel, our old board member, of course Ravensburger, because that brand is very, very special for me, because now is Germany, you know, that's the home of Ravensburger. Is the first brand we 15 years ago attend us to making the first national Spain championship. And this is it's amazing to see with all the world is using this one, and that's just in the beginning. The road I have to making so much because there is millions of people that making puzzles that they don't know that exist, and we have to a lot of work more in next time. And say thank you very much and congratulations and good luck with the jigsaw puzzle. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alfonso. So Leute, wir sind ein bisschen hinten dran mit dem Zeitplan. Macht euch fertig. Seid ihr bereit? Der Countdown beginnt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Los geht's! Achtung!
And we're on. And we're on. It started. It is already very exciting. They are unpacking. As you can see, the bags are being thrown around, and we're going to do our little mini unboxing here as well. We can already see it's a circle puzzle.
That is definitely a surprise, I would say.
One of the Circle of Colors series. Probably a lot of people know this puzzle already. Yes. There's a bunch of gradients in there, different textures. This is definitely a challenge for a lot of people.
Yeah, and it is a published puzzle, so people could have done it before, who knows, maybe multiple times. I know from others that, from some people that have practiced circle puzzles for the World's competition last year, because they thought they would choose a circle puzzle, so here we go. We have one now.
I have actually heard from multiple people speculating that it might be a circle puzzle. A couple of people have done circle puzzles in preparation for this that I know of. Yes, it is a surprise. It's always a surprise when it's an unexpected shape.
Do we have the artist on these?
Yes, we do. Elise Burns is the artist here.
Yeah, a very nice gradient puzzle. Some people really like gradient puzzles, so it could be a fun one. Also, there's a poster inside. Like, if some of you remember in Leonberg, there was also there was a square puzzle, and there was also a poster on the inside of the box because the box wouldn't show the whole picture.
Yeah, so because the box was a square, and then the puzzle itself was rectangular. And in the October competition, there were a lot of people who were beginners and they didn't really know about it, and so they actually puzzled without the poster and only realized like halfway through the puzzle or when the edge just didn't match the picture that something is not right.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're trying to avoid that, and it has already been announced before, I think, at least on the Instagram site of the Verein, that whatever is in the box can be used for puzzling.
Yeah, I think people are more aware of it after Leonberg. A lot of participants here were also in Leonberg in October, so they might know, and people spread the word that use the poster inside the box. It might be very important. Maybe for this circle one, it's not essential because I think it shows the whole picture on the box, but the poster shows the real size, I think, of the puzzle.
Yes. Well, it depends on what helps, because like on the outside of the box it is visible that of how the pieces are laid out, which can be a help to some people if they need that. But otherwise, with the puzzlers we can already see that there's a lot of flipping going on still. We're about at 3 minutes, so those who are especially fast or usually in the top, they should be done with flipping by now.
Yes.
Or at least done with the majority and already some pieces sorted. We can see some people already pulling specific colors that they like. I think that's also a nice thing about this puzzle, that like anyone can pick out whichever color they want first, depending on their color perception of what they are comfortable with at first. Yes, we can already see some shapes being pulled out from what I can see. Yes,
so
the
I
flipping
think
is done here.
That's Veronica Gallat, I think, when you see.
Table 1, from what I can tell, yes.
And yes, so which color would you choose first to start with?
I would like to say that I would pick the yellow, but most probably not. Like the whole red and orangey area for me would definitely be a trip. So I would probably try to avoid it. I would most probably start with the blue colors somewhere, because that blue, I would call it a lime, like jumps out pretty much, and most probably that's also pretty easy to pick out from the rest of the pieces. Yeah, probably. I would probably also sort the edge just because I'm used to it. How would you go around there?
I would do it very similarly. Like this area seems really big to me. So also probably for the turquoise-ish colors. And then, the edge is always a good thing to pull out. And at the beginning, that's what I noticed with a lot of speed puzzlers, also the top speed puzzlers, that they usually pull out the edges first, even if they don't get started on them, but they just pull them out just to have them in one stack, and because then you have less people to work with and it's easier to work with the pieces that are left.
Yes, and the edges can also be a good fallback plan, is what I have found as well, because if you pull out the edges, but you don't have to start working on them immediately, but if you get stuck with anything else that you're working on, you can still jump to the edge and at least do that, because you have those. So that might also be a strategy, but we can already see someone doing the edge here. It does help because it tells you how big the puzzle is going to be. I think because of the size and the shape of the puzzle, it being not the usual Ravensburger, so people are not used to it. It does help a lot to have an idea of how big the puzzle is going to be, because then you can orientate yourself a little bit better of where you are. Yeah, that's Nina Schicks that we can see here now, doing pretty well already.
Yeah, she's also one of the top puzzlers in Germany. She placed second in the Leonberg competition, and also in Trier she participated. And she's also active in Euro Jigsaw Jams, hosted by Michelle. It's an online competition for speed puzzling. And very excited to see how she's doing.
We can see Anna Rumetzhofer here at table 90 at the moment. She, for example, did like a piece of the edge already, and from what we can see, she's not going by shape or color or just the edge, but she's going by color. And she pulled out like the green part at first, and most probably she's going to go from there, like with a pizza.
Yeah.
That is also a strategy that you can follow with this puzzle, that you can basically just go color by color, depending on what you're comfortable with. We might also see some people who might start with the middle, because like the middle piece is usually pretty easy to pick out as you are flipping.
The pieces are just in a weird shape, and you can just see which ones belong to the middle.
Yes, exactly. That middle section is usually very, very visible of what belongs there, because like the very center piece is like a very circular one piece, and then you have some very weirdly shaped ones around it, so like the first row of the puzzle would basically be done. Theoretically, you could also build the puzzle from inside out. That might not be a strategy for today, though, if you actually want to do it quickly.
Yeah, probably not. But I think it's so interesting with this puzzle. Like, there's so many different approaches that I can see already. And with some puzzles, there's like certain things that people always do first, like the red door in one of the world's puzzles, and here I saw some purple, and then others starting with the edge, and also some green. Here we can see Jörn Schreiber, which
table
is
2. He also did really well in October in Leonberg, but he has also been to the Worlds already. He did really well there, but has fallen victim to the country rule and didn't make it into the final. But yes, he always has really solid times. He's a very reliable puzzler. And yes, we could already see that he's already doing pretty good. Most probably, for most of the top puzzlers, this puzzle should be familiar.
Yes, I would agree. It's very common in Europe, at least, or in Germany. Sorry for the interruption. I'm curious to know what times? Like, what would you estimate like a
It's
top
hard
time?
to say because, like, with circular puzzles, usually you get a little bit higher times, I think. And I would put that down to the irregular shape of the whole thing, but I would still put it in the low 40s, 41, 42.
Yeah,
Probably
I think so
somewhere
too.
around there for the really top puzzlers. And then the average I would put somewhere around 50 to an hour. That's where I think
Yeah.
the majority is going to finish. Ooh, this is a very organized puzzler here. We can already see the edge and the middle being done. He's most probably going to go from the inside and spread to the edges, which could also work. That could help. Yes, that's also a very good table arrangement here. Like here, he can already see how big the puzzle is going to be, and then he can just manage the pieces a little bit better. And you can see that he's also pulling out the yellow pieces already. Probably we're going to see a lot of people starting with the blue and green because there's a little bit less of that. So that's like a fixed thing that you can pull out, and then the rest you can just figure out on the way.
Yeah, the rest could get pretty tricky because the shapes, you can't really go by like the picture because it's all just leaves and some flowers there you can pull out. But yeah, it could get a little tricky with the reddish orange part.
Yeah, we also have a lot of repetitions. So like we have different pineapples, which are like different textures, which could trip some people up, but the color is very different. So that could help orientate you of which one it belongs to. The one thing that can be very challenging with a circle puzzle, at least what I have found, is that like it's very hard to orientate yourself in the picture itself of like where you are. Ooh, here at 10 minutes we can see a big chunk done at table 4 with Maya van Borstel, who has been the 6th fastest fastest German at the World Championship. So she is also very high up there, and she's doing great here now.
Yeah, so we don't really see much color sorting, but people may not do that because it also takes time, and you can just pull out some colors that jump out. But yeah, that's interesting so far. I haven't seen that.
There's not much color sorting at the moment. I think that with this puzzle you can very easily pick out the different colors of whatever you want to work with, so people don't waste time, so to speak, on pulling anything out. Here at table 52 we have seen at least a rough separation of colors. There was like the orangey red and then the everything else on the other side. That could also help. But I think in this case, people are just going to grab whatever they need.
Yeah. Some people standing, most people sitting. At Worlds, I saw so many people standing. Here it looks quite relaxed, I must say. But I'm sure that people are very nervous and...
Yes, I'm pretty confident that people are going to be done. The majority of people are going to be done with this puzzle in the given time, which is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are going to be a lot of finishers here because this is, so to speak, a friendly puzzle, I would say. If we disregard the shape, it is gradient. There are a lot of textures. You can always tell kind of which piece goes where, because you don't have many repetitions in the puzzle itself. So hopefully you can go quickly with this one.
There are definitely harder circular puzzles or of the Circle of Color series. And so we will also have a lot of prizes for all the different categories.
What kind of categories did we have
again? We have for the Germans, and then for the other categories, there's the under 18-year-olds, the 50 years and plus, and the internationals. So the first 3 places of those categories will also get a puzzle, which is great.
That is very great. In the meantime, in the chat, I can see Catherine is being very helpful to us. Thank you very much. For this puzzle, Jörn actually has the fastest German time with 46 minutes. So we're definitely going to see something under that, I would say.
Ah, yeah, that's very good to know. It's a good time to, where people would end up.
Yes, it is hard to speculate because there are also a lot of newcomers, and I think we are always very like happy and welcoming to surprises. There might be someone who we haven't seen at a competition before and might surprise everyone and take first place. We're going to be very excited, but I still think we have a little bit of time to kill before there's going to be any finishers. We're at 14 minutes now. And yes, people are making immense progress at every single table that we have seen so far. At least the edge is done, or at least a big chunk of color is done. So it is a puzzle that is probably a joy to do as a competition puzzle as well. So it's not just painful puzzling just to then get through it and somehow be able to maybe manage, but this is something that most people are going to have a feeling of success with.
I think so too, and that's also very. It's just a very nice feeling to have, like after a competition, that you actually succeeded in something. You know, maybe just finishing the puzzle in the 90 minutes, or beat your best time, or whatever. So table 3. Oh, that's Nina again, or was that?
That was Nina with table 5. This is
5, yeah.
Yes, she's also doing great progress here. I have heard from someone before that the really beautiful thing about speed puzzling competitions is that it's not really that you are competing against others, but you're kind of competing against yourself and the puzzle, which I think takes a lot of stress off of the competition in a way, because once you get into that hyper-focus state where you're really just competing with yourself and trying to solve the puzzle as quickly as you can, it goes into this flow feeling a little bit.
Kind of meditational.
Yes. Well, basically I would say that at the 15-minute mark, Nina is done with, I would say, about a quarter of the puzzle.
Yeah, she's
going at a really, really good place here.
Very nice. Yeah, the colors, I like the bluish turquoise. On the box it looks a little bit more turquoise. On the screen it looks a little bit more blue, but
yeah, there is a little bit of color difference that we can see. Most probably the pieces also have a little bit of difference.
Yeah, I think
most
usually
of the time they do.
Yeah, usually it doesn't look exactly like on the box, but the lighting, I think, in the room is good. Good enough, especially for this kind of puzzle. It's bright and it has different colors, so lighting shouldn't be a problem today.
Well, not yet anyway.
Not
it's
yet.
Early in the morning, so it's pretty comfortable. It is actually very interesting to see here with the layout of the room that, as you can probably see in the live stream as well, there are some people who are in this main area where the stage is, and because we have so many competitors, that area was not enough for the number of competitors that are taking part, so some are actually closer to the windows. And that is also like a slight difference in circumstances, but still people are tackling it very well, and I can say that the lighting in the room is also pretty ideal for puzzling. I haven't experienced much of glare or any shine on the pieces, so the puzzles are pretty visible. The lighting is very, very good here.
Yeah, from here at least it looks fine, and people are also wearing headphones, I see. Just to, be in the zone, maybe also listening to music. I know from some people who like to listen to books or podcasts in a very high speed, so that they even keep going faster. So that's also a very interesting strategy.
That I find pretty unbelievable to actually listen to a podcast or something while you're puzzling.
Yeah, well, I think then you're not really listening to what they're saying, just to
have some kind of background noise for yourself.
Yeah.
Do you listen to anything?
Yeah, I listen to music, but sometimes, I tend to listen to calming music, and that's probably not so good for speed puzzling.
Yes, and then basically with some music it's also possible to focus a little bit more on what you are doing. I actually don't listen to anything at the moment. I was considering putting together a playlist or something just to try it out, but most of the time I just need the sound of my surroundings, because otherwise I can't focus properly. And in the meantime, I have got the info that very soon we're going to have our first guest in the live stream, from what I have heard. So that's going to be an interview with a representative of Ravensburger, which is sponsoring our competition.
Exactly, yeah, all the prizes. And
We may be able to ask a question or two about the puzzle itself, of like how it was chosen. We're going to find out very soon. So our guest is going to come. And in the meantime, we see at table 103, Lydia is also doing a really good progress. I would say she's also, maybe 30% done with the puzzle, 35%. And yes, she's doing great. So we're doing amazing progress here with some of the people. Yes, there is... I was about to say that there's a little bit of color sorting on her table, but no. Yes, most of the tables I can see that there's pretty good progress being done. And we're going to have our guest on very soon. Yes.
So, so here we also see a lot of good progress, working on the yellowish green parts. That's probably a little bit more tricky. But yeah, now we're gonna have our guest over.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, welcome to our table.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Yes, we're very glad to have you here. We're hoping that we can ask a little bit about the puzzle itself, maybe, of like how it came to be the first round puzzle, how it got here, how it was chosen.
Yeah, so the puzzles we paid attention so that hopefully a lot of people haven't seen it yet or haven't puzzled it yet. So this puzzle is basically, this is from Germany. This is also like a, basically more or less new one. Together with Isabel, she has mainly chosen the final motives because, of course, she's definitely a speed puzzle expert, and she has a special look what key facts the puzzle need to have to be a good speed puzzle. But in general, like the main choice we made were puzzles, which are also from abroad. Not special this one, but for the other rounds.
Yes, there has been a lot of speculation of what those puzzles are going to be, so we're super excited to see what those will be. Yeah. Yes, it is definitely a little bit more uncommon because of the circular shape, I think. Yes. It has been getting popular with speed puzzlers especially, I think. There have been, especially since a couple of years ago when it was at the World Championship as well, not this exact puzzle, but it was a circular one, and then it was a humongous surprise. Like, I haven't been to that competition specifically, but even in the live stream you can hear like the audience going like, whoa, because it was like such a big surprise at that time. Yeah, we also said that it's something special due to the shape, but hopefully due to the clear color areas, it could be a very good puzzle for the first round. Yes, and we can definitely see that because people are making amazing progress here. So there is, I think, as I was saying before, there is a high chance that people are going to be successful at this and they're going to be very happy with the puzzle in the end. Yes, Nina is doing amazingly over there.
Yeah, she will be almost
Table 4 as well, doing great. So like the first tables are basically halfway done already. Yeah, and this is also great that a lot of like participants or puzzlers can also finish the puzzle in time because this is also the moment of joy and of pride when you fulfilled puzzled the puzzle in time. So we are very happy that so far the choice looks good. So far this is the first choice was good. We're going to have to see the rest.
It's also very interesting because so then I guess we're gonna move on with the commentary, and thank you so much for being here and answering our questions about the puzzle, and we're excited to continue.
And hopefully see you very soon again.
I hope so. Thank you.
See you soon.
See you.
and we're going to come back to the competition and see how people are doing. We are, 24 minutes into the puzzle. People are progressing. It's looking great.
Yeah, and what I was going to say, so I haven't seen a round puzzle in a national championship before. It was always a rectangular one, as far as I can remember. Only at Worlds there were, as we said, the circular ones, in the circle of colors. But other than that, it's nice to see another round puzzle in a championship.
Yes, it's not often that we get circular puzzles, and I think that's why people are afraid of them a little bit as well, because it's hard.
It's different. The shapes are different. The size is different. It's just not what you're used to. Like, even if you're a slow puzzler, you do maybe bigger puzzles. They're all the same size, or by brand they vary a little bit, but in general they are normal shaped or sized. And I can remember when I did my first round puzzle, I also just really had to get used to the shape, and I couldn't figure out right away where the pieces would go, because they would go in weird spots, even though you wouldn't expect them to go there, but they would fit there.
Yes, I think what can throw a lot of people off is that the pieces have a very weird shape from time to time. So like there are some that are separated. So there's two pieces that go together and then form the shape for the other one. Which is then weird. There are some that are big, some that are very small and have like a weird one-sided edge. So it is a challenge, and that is actually what we want. It is a championship after all, so we do want to have a little bit of difficulty for everyone in it. And yes, we're going to be excited to see who's going to make it into the finals.
Yeah, here at 71, we have our under 18-year-old, Janika Bazadov.
She is one of the under 18
one of the
competitors in this category.
There's two in this round. So she's doing also nice progress. Like, she has some colors lined up there, and the finished the edge.
Yeah, she has got some really cool color work going on there. It's looking good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, exciting for, like if you're under 18 and you haven't had much puzzle experience maybe, and competing in a big competition is also nerve-wracking, and just being with all the older people who have more experience.
In the meantime, Nina is about three-quarters done.
That is...
she's making great progress, and as I can tell, she's leaving the red section to the end, which I was saying as well, that's probably the most challenging part.
Working on the purple now. I would say, maybe in like 10 minutes she's done. I don't know. It's maybe under 40-ish something.
I would put the first finisher somewhere around 40, especially because even though it's not as popular a puzzle, most people probably know it. So most people have, from the top, has most probably done this puzzle before, or at least seen it before. Yes, at table 25, Christina Reiner is doing really great as well. She has already competed in a couple of competitions before, and she has also been to a marathon, which is also a pretty exciting thing to do. And that's something that's also going to be happening in Germany for the first time, from what I have heard, in cooperation with the association, which is going to be in November. There's going to be a puzzle marathon as well. Yes, so it is spreading. Yeah. It is picking up, starting with the first German championship, and then the marathon is also going to be happening, and most probably competitions are going to be popping up like mushrooms.
Yes, there will be. Yeah, this year there will be so many. I mean, people have ideas, and people come up to us, to the Puzzle Association. They want to do things. They want to organize meetups. We have so many puzzle meetups that people go to. We have like so many new cities that host puzzle meetups. We have about like 13 cities all over Germany where you can go to puzzle meetups. Just check out our Discord channel. You can find the link on our website of the Puzzleverein. If you want to join a city or maybe organize something, you just talk to us, just email us. And maybe we can work together. We're so happy to spread the word and connect the people with who love doing puzzles. And also, if you're not a speed puzzler, there's those puzzle meetups. You can also connect to other people and just relax, do relaxed puzzling and chat a little bit and just chat about your hobby. And it's really fun. It's nice to see how the whole community just grew in the last year. We're about 225 members in our association, and we started out with 18 last year, a year ago, and it's just great to see how it's growing.
It is amazing, and it is indeed, we can see that there's demand for it as well. People are hungry for puzzling in general. So there's a lot of competitions happening, and from what we could see, these competitions fill up pretty quickly as well, just like this competition. And yes, so there's demand for people to organize things, which is also really, really great. There's going to be a lot of things happening at one point. And yes, it just turns in the whole puzzling experience into a community thing as well, because friendships are being formed. People now recognize each other as they are going to events, which is also very, very nice. And in the meantime, here at table 4, what we can see is that basically Maya also has about a quarter of the puzzle left.
Yeah, she's not so far behind. Maybe she's about the same. When we saw Nina's puzzle, she had to do the red still, but maybe they're about the same, or maybe
she might be a little bit behind, because it has been a little while since we have seen
Nina. Time flies by.
Time flies here, but I do suspect that there's going to be a lot of finishers at the same time. So the first probably 15 places are going to be pretty close. And yes, we're going to have to see who's going to take the very first place.
Yeah, exciting.
We're probably not going to have to wait too much anymore.
No, but you can see how people just go from color by color. There's not the same approach for everyone. People, have different approaches. Maybe also different color preferences, which one they do first. But just what we talked about at the beginning. That it's interesting to see.
Yes, the gradient basically makes it logical to go color by color. So most people are going that way from what I can see here. I didn't really see anyone with just
you wouldn't probably
wherever
just
they want to.
Yeah, I usually like to jump around in the puzzle, but I think with this one, maybe you jump around between a few colors, I guess.
Or
if you
in
get
the
stuck.
color itself, probably.
Yeah.
So because there's very different textures of the different fruits and plants, one that we have here, there's also some flowers. So there's also very, very different things to grab for. So most probably if you pick out, I don't know, the yellow ones, then you can pick what you want to do, so you don't really get stuck.
Like the orange slice, or
Yes, there's also always something to grab for, which also makes this puzzle good for speed puzzling. So as soon as you get stuck on something, there is something to do. It is pretty busy. There's a lot of things that you can notice, and actually the more you look at the picture, you notice the more things. Yes.
Yeah, the red to me looks pretty difficult. I would do the small flowers there, but then the leaves, they look pretty similar.
Yes, the leaves do seem to blend in with each other a little bit, but probably on the pieces you can see a difference in texture. Here with Maren Faber, what we can see is actually pretty interesting, is that she has the edges sorted separately, and she's doing the inside of the puzzle, and most probably she's going to do the edges as very last, just to close off the entire puzzle, which is also a pretty good strategy to go around with it.
That could go very fast at the end.
I have heard it from some people that the reason to also pick out the edges like this as well, but also if you just want to do them, but it cleans up the rest, so there's less pieces to look at, because with the edge pieces you have, I'm not going to be able to say the exact number of how many edge pieces you have, but you're going to have at least 10% of the puzzle out of the way that way, and you have less pieces to actually have to recognize that you're looking at, which is also going to help a lot. Here we have table 25, and there as well, she's making great progress here. So we're having a lot of people come very close to the end. Yes, it is just going to be a few minutes. We might actually have someone finish before 40 minutes.
Yeah.
If we're very optimistic.
That's definitely it's I mean, compared to like the October competition, it's a big difference.
Yes, well, with the October competition, it has grown a little bit legendary from that competition, because it was a very difficult puzzle indeed, and there were a lot of people who didn't finish.
Well, since we talk about that so much, maybe people who don't know, who haven't seen it, but it was the mandala puzzle, like, you know, just a different mandala shapes and colors, and you would think that it's easy to pick out because it's also colorful and it's very distinct colors, but all the single puzzle pieces, they look very similar.
It was basically just a big bunch of dots. So it was extremely difficult, and from 120 people, 130, only 12 finished. So that was not that successful.
Yeah, it was, I mean, you know, a lot of people still liked the puzzle.
The puzzle itself was great, and I have heard from a lot of people that they actually did it afterwards, not as a competition puzzle, but just out of joy, because it was a great picture. So it was not the image, it's just difficult.
Yeah, and you know, even for people who don't like speed puzzling or who don't speed puzzle, they would maybe not choose the smaller size puzzles because they think, oh, it's I'm done too quickly. But, you know, if you choose a really difficult one, then you might also work on it for a few days if you let it sit there. And it is a challenge then too. So don't, maybe just test out some smaller puzzles too, and maybe you'll like them. There's so many to choose from.
In the meantime, we can see the two neighboring tables, table 4 and 5, 4 with Maya von Borstel and 5, Nina Schicks. They are basically head-to-head at the moment. Nina is maybe a little bit ahead. It looks like she maybe has a little bit less pieces. It's hard to tell from here of like how many, probably around 25 she has maybe. And then Maya maybe has about 30 left. But yes, they're coming very, very close. It might be very close to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It
could go really fast at the end, but you know, with some puzzles, you think, oh, now it should go really fast, but it still wouldn't go fast. So, yeah, she's doing the little flowers there.
Yeah, there's a chunk of flowers there that seem to be done. What is pretty good about these circular puzzles, though, is that the more pieces you have done, because they have such unique shapes, you don't get false fits in general.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it gets easier the more you get done, because it's just easier to place all the pieces when you have the entire surrounding. So you can basically just go by shape as well if you get completely lost with the color. And yes, with these reds, which seem to be a popular choice for last, it is a challenge in the end. Like, it can blend in together. There's a lot of similar things, so it might be good to go after shape here.
Yeah, probably. Shape sorting is difficult though, so you might just grab like weird looking shapes, because they really can look very unique. You don't have the usual shapes with
Nina is going great here.
Yes.
You can see that whatever she picks up, she places immediately. This is a good flow, and I think she has it
going
first.
Faster and faster. Maybe
It's
she's
just
thinking
faster.
like, oh, I got this.
And just as we start talking about her, she starts missing a couple of pieces, but she's back into it.
Maybe she hears us.
She has maybe about 10, 15 pieces left at the moment, from what I can see. And yes, there's just a couple of chunks left, and she will be done.
Going really fast. Yeah,
Maya is very close behind,
Maya
though, so this is going to be close.
Yeah.
And we're at 38 minutes. Everyone can root for Nina to make it in
Maybe
under 40.
Gonna be, yeah.
And yes, that's also quite a nice thing at speed puzzle competitions, that people can still feel excited for other people as well to to have a milestone of under 40 on a puzzle, or just to have everything done. And
goes.
Last couple of pieces, 2, 1,
Good job.
and done. Yes, 38:52 or 38:51. It's a great time, done under 40. Nina Schicks takes first place. And she's on to the second round. She's definitely in the finals.
Definitely in the final tomorrow. Exactly. Tomorrow is going to be the individual final.
Yes. Basically, the qualification criteria for the finals is that we're going to have 2 of the under 18.
Exactly, 2 of the under 18 who will advance to the final, and 2 of the 50 years and plus, and 2 of the internationals. And then it goes by order,
basically the fastest puzzlers.
Yep, the top 40 in total.
So basically, I would in general say that as long as someone is in the top 40, they should be okay. Yeah. And from then on, it basically just depends on that. That's the goal.
Now Maya is also...
Maya is also just a couple of pieces away.
Also maybe under 40
seeing
now.
Some great. And she didn't make it, but
almost.
It's just above 40.
That's still amazing.
And last piece, done.
Good.
40.6. Amazing time as well.
Yes,
we are rooting for the under 40 because it is somehow becoming a milestone for people. 40 is the new 50.
You always want to go a little lower,
just a little lower. And especially with times like this, when you're 3-4 seconds above one milestone, it can be very, very annoying. Yeah. Sometimes it's still an incredible time though. Yeah. It's very, very fast to get something done in 40 minutes. And we can still see, as we're looking at all the other competitors, that a lot of people are being very close to finishing. They are making great progress. So puzzling is going on. We're not stopping just because 2 people are done already.
Well, I'm curious to see who's going to be third. We haven't seen, table 3, Magdalena Alberti. Yeah, we haven't really seen her much, I think. But she is also a very fast puzzler.
She's very, very close as well, yes. And she has been the 13th fastest at the World Championship of the Germans. So that's also a pretty good achievement. So we know that she's probably a pretty solid puzzler, doing great times. And yes, here in the front rows.
That's how you know.
We can see that people are going to go pretty fast.
Yeah.
And yes, amazing progress done here.
Ooh, there's some fast hands moving. Can see
lightning fast hands.
The last puzzle pieces, just place them in.
It's always interesting to see the different hand movements. For some people, it's incredibly controlled of how they are progressing, and there are some who just move their hands so incredibly fast that it's really hard to tell what they are actually doing. But somehow the puzzle is still going to get finished at the end.
Or you see kind of the opposite. They look so relaxed and they just move slower, you might think, but also very precisely. So, and then the time is the same, as if they had moved faster.
It all depends on the different methods of going around it. It's also personality type, I would say.
I would say too, yeah.
Yes. So 2 finishers we have already, and we see some people being very close to finishing as well. So 3rd place is still up for grabs. And it might actually give a little push to everyone to hear that first applause, to actually still put a little bit more energy in it, especially if they are this close to finishing, just to pull a little bit more, put a little bit more energy in there. It's so very close. The placement is still going to be great.
Exactly. Yeah, just get the excitement. Even though, if you finish in the next minutes, you know that you're going to be in the final, but it's still good for yourself just to do a good job and maybe beat your best time, or just to know that you're in 3rd place. That's also just great.
Yes. Everyone has a different kind of goal at these competitions as well. There are some who just want to puzzle along and they just want to enjoy whatever they are doing. Ooh, table 103 is also doing great here.
Lydia Nicke, I think we've seen her before, but yeah, she's at a...
She might be one of those surprise competitors who we have not seen before.
Because she's seated farther in the back, so we don't have much data on her. Not at all, actually.
Yes. It's probably not a secret that the tables have been organized in a way that it's accessible for the live stream easily for the people that we know are going to be fast. So there is some research going into how people are going to get seated. The groups get randomized completely, though, of how the competitors are divided into groups.
Yes, that's true. So, now she only has
maybe 10 pieces left.
Yeah.
So we're very, very close. I can't see a table
number here. I just can't see it's 27 on the other side, but...
27 on the other side, but we're not entirely sure at the moment. We're going to have to see later on. But yes, only 3 pieces left.
She's our number
done.
3. Good
Congratulations.
job. Congrats.
Very good. 44-34. Table 43 is very close to finishing as well. Also such a controlled puzzler here.
Yes,
nice
this is what I mean. Like, she's really far ahead, but she's moving probably very precisely. That's what
it looks almost slow compared to everybody else, and then still the puzzle gets done.
Exactly. If you're really precise, then you don't necessarily have to move so fast, because you're so precise. You put every piece that you touch into place, and that helps a lot.
Yeah, so this is Lara Gebhardt that we're seeing at table 43 now, from what I can see. Yes, she has participated in a couple of online competitions before. And yes, she's doing great. Also, she's going to have a sub 50 time.
Yeah, but she also seems to be unexperienced in like competitions, the ones at least that we that were going on in the past years. But she is really fast. So she's also one of the, like, I would say, newcomers, kind of.
Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about in the beginning, that we're very happy to be surprised by some newcomers, and only 2 pieces left, 3, almost there, and just a couple more.
There you go.
And done. Congratulations, table 43 is done. So this is place 4 at the moment. Amazing time so far.
And there's the next one already.
Yes, we just keep going here. Just because someone finished, we're not going to stop.
I think this might be Jörn, just because I see his... it's because
of
his team's T-shirt.
Yes, we're going to be seeing him later on in the live stream as well. He's going to be one of the commentators later on. So you will also hear some expertise on puzzling from him. And yes, in the meantime, it looks like we have a finisher in the back. At least we hear applause, but we cannot see who finished. So there might have been a finisher that we have missed here. But yes, table 55 is also doing amazing here. This is Justin Schick. Might be a relative of Nina.
Maybe, but...
no, because that's
without
the
the S.
Schick. Yeah. But yeah, that could work out. Yes. We see that a lot of people are getting close. So yes, there are going to be a lot of people head-to-head, so things might accelerate very much now with a lot of finishers after each other. So yes, the helpers are going to be busy now, running from table to table, hopefully catching everyone.
They're gonna be busy. That's true.
Only about 5 pieces left.
But there's still,
it looks like there's a piece missing here. And in the blue section,
sometimes it could be also just on top of the puzzle, and you just don't see it because of the colors.
That is a very tricky thing, and it's actually a very good trick that I have heard from some people. That there's one missing. There's a piece missing, but it's done.
Yeah,
it is indeed done, and most probably there's going to be 10 seconds added there. Yes, we're hearing more and more applause around here. There's another finisher here.
But you know, the applause is still like it's not like at Worlds. You know, people are just like applauding kindly. Even though there's a lot of congratulations.
Yes, here's a finisher that we have
Good
missed.
job.
But yes, also a 40. We're still under 50.
It's amazing. Yeah, under 50 is great.
Jan seems very confident in packing up and not really worrying about it. So he might have noticed it beforehand that there was a piece missing, and he might have already
Probably because he
told the
wasn't
helper
looking.
that he's just going to take the 10-second penalty
Yeah.
and not look for it.
Yeah.
Yes, it
That-
is also possible.
Yeah, that could also really just mess
We're
you
back
up.
to table 103 and only 3 pieces left.
Wow, another newcomer, I would say.
Yeah,
or
that's Lydia that we have seen before.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Amazing.
Very
Congratulations.
good.
Still under 50 minutes. Yes. So we have our first 6 finishers under 50 already.
That is amazing.
We're seeing great times going on here. And yes, more finishers are coming in. Those final spots are going to be filled up pretty quick from now on, most probably.
Definitely. So if you could see
Here, there's maybe
we
about
could
10
see the
pieces left.
number on the table, I don't know, but it's somewhere
Yes.
in the top rows.
From here on, I think our live stream colleagues are going to have a lot of work to do and a lot of running to do from table to table, because there's, I think, 3 cameras moving around in total, maybe less. No, it might actually be just 2. And yes, there's
Just
a lot
to
of
catch
things to be done.
everyone.
And still one finisher under 50.
Congratulations.
And a piece missing. I think
the
that's
other
Rowan.
finisher. Yeah, Rowan. That must have been Rowan. I
Rowan
think so
Verstegen
too.
from the Netherlands. So we have an international finisher as well.
Very good.
At last. Congratulations.
I think it was the first
Great.
international.
Great result. Yes, we're hearing the applause coming in and coming in and coming in. There's more and more finishers.
But they are not so close, like seconds. You know, there's still a few seconds. It's
For now, they are spaced out
not
pretty
too,
well.
Yeah.
I think now it's going to be an avalanche of
Yeah,
finishers,
yeah,
because
now
we have
it's really-
hit the 50, which is quite average, I
Yeah.
think, from now. So there's going to be a lot of finishers coming up. And like
12. is
like
that-
table 12 here, who was
Oh,
Caroline Schöneis.
Yeah, Caroline Schöneis. Very good. Also, I think
she was also a participant in the World Championship before. One of the many Germans who have participated.
Oh yeah, there were so many Germans last year.
There were more entries from Germany than from Spain, which
yes,
is a pretty
so
big
there were
thing.
about 161 Germans and only about 130 Spanish participants.
which is pretty incredible.
It's crazy. It was the most participants. So the
Table
now
17 is also doing great here.
17.
Andrea Hinterstocker.
Yeah, so she was she's a 50-plus-year-old. No.
No,
Really?
she is not.
No.
I would rather say
That
18
doesn't
or
look-
under.
No, then.
But no. No, that's a row down. Yes, we're getting a lot of finishers here. Table 11 is about to finish. A couple of Patrick Inniger from Switzerland. And that's our second international finisher here.
Good.
Congratulations. So yes, we have already had our top 10, I think. I might have miscounted, but I think we're at place 11 or 12 at the moment. So top 10 is, I think, full.
Probably, yeah.
At the moment.
Something about that. We also missed a couple, so.
There were a couple that we
Yeah.
couldn't see on the live stream that we
Now
couldn't
they
catch.
just keep coming in.
Yes, this is where we're going to have very
Yeah.
little time differences and very close to each other. And yes, it is the first 40 places that are going to move up into the final
Mhm.
in total. So yes, there are still
So
a couple
people-
of places left.
Yeah, people might get nervous from this point, depending on how much they have done.
So yes, whoever is still puzzling, they still have to push a little.
Yes, because it can get close.
And it's not just that. The goal is basically just to keep puzzling throughout the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. You just want to do the next puzzle.
Yes, you just don't want to stop. Like, you get very puzzle hungry at one point, and you just want to keep going. Because, yes, it's different just watching than to actually puzzle yourself.
You just want to compete and, you know, just with the vibe.
Table
there's
one
Veronica Galat is also
Veronica
done.
Galat is done. Great.
Good.
Yes, we're having a lot of people being done at the moment. We're at 54 minutes almost. So, yes, it's very good times that we are seeing here. It's also a puzzle that facilitates good times. The gradient is a favorite to many, many people to puzzle.
And yeah, maybe a lot of people have practiced it before. People who have participated in Worlds, they may have practiced it a lot. So they're getting even better times. I don't know. We can find out later, I guess. I hope.
We're probably going to find out later. Yes. People are still puzzling, and it is still very much
now the last pieces
time to puzzle. We have about 40 minutes left until the end of the time, so we're going to still see a lot of finishers and 2 pieces and 1 piece left, and
there
done.
You go. Good job.
Very good. You can't see the table number there. Table either 19 or 17. And so table 23 here is also almost done. We're getting very close to being finished. Maren Faber is the one that we see now. A careful viewer might actually spot that she's wearing the same T-shirt as Jörn. They're going to be in the same team later on today.
Pairs, I think.
Probably in pairs as well.
Yeah. So she's also moving
and almost
on
done.
finals.
And fittingly to Jörn, 1 piece is also missing here.
Wow.
You can tell that they're teammates.
Yes.
Yes, there's the 1 piece missing. She seems less confident about the missing piece, though. But yes, good teammates really work together, even from tables apart. Very good job done. We're
now
at 55 minutes at the moment.
So many finishers. You just want to...
We have amazing times here. Yeah, it seems like they have found the missing piece.
Oh.
Very good. Congratulations.
Well, at least she has a complete puzzle.
So now we can see just people packing up slowly. But yes, even those who are not finished yet. And there we can see we have our first 20 finishers at the moment. Yes, and we can see that the first international competitor was the 10th place. So we have an international moving on to the finals already. And then the second one was from Switzerland. But I think the international from Austria is also still going to progress because they're still in the top 34. Apart from them.
I think that's how it works.
Yes.
Or actually, I may have to...
we actually have to check that still.
We have to check that still, yeah.
But yes, basically we have 22 finishers until now, with still under an hour, which is a great achievement here.
Great result, yeah.
It has definitely been speeding up a lot. Speed puzzling is getting faster and faster. As we have been talking about it before, a lot of people are now striving for under 40 minutes instead of under 50, which was, I think, a year ago, under 50 was still a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming the average, slowly.
People are reaching the 30-minute mark, and I just thought that would never be possible. I don't know if it's going to get any lower, so much lower. We know that there's people who finish a puzzle under 30 minutes. But how much faster can you get?
Yes, exactly.
There must be a limit.
I think there are people now who are basically playing with that of how much time you physically need to finish a puzzle and still be like, of what is the lowest time that you can go on a puzzle, because there must be some kind of limit at one point.
And optimize the strategy and the speed and everything, and what is actually possible.
However, there is a big difference between whether someone is doing it for the first time or for multiple times, because if you keep repeating the same puzzle, you do get to know the pieces, you do recognize what goes where, you have a better idea of where the puzzle itself is going to be, and you are going to get quicker.
It is just you're familiar with the puzzle, so it is easier for you to go faster.
It is a good game though to keep repeating.
yeah, game for yourself. I mean, to beat your own time, it's fun.
We see another upcoming finisher here with only a couple of pieces
yeah,
left.
also somewhere
or the camera angle might be a little bit tricky, and he might actually have a little bit more pieces missing. Very good. I would say maybe about 8 pieces missing here still. He will probably make it in under an hour. Table 55 is that?
Yeah, under an hour. So many, like it's
well, first
great.
30 places are under an hour.
This is what we want to see, right? Like a lot of people just finishing like in very good times and just having fun.
Yes,
and
we just want people to feel success in general.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it is a time performance focused sport. And
she has an extra piece, I think.
She has an extra piece, it looks like it. It might be. Yeah, so it is a time-focused sport, and we do focus on performance in a sport, in a competition, but finishing in the time limit or just getting there to puzzle is already an achievement. It does take some guts to sign up for a competition and sit down at the table and try and solve a puzzle in an hour and 30 minutes. It is a big thing. So it is an achievement for everyone who is sitting here.
And it's different if you do it at home or if you do it like in a competition. You might get really nervous and do worse than at home, or it's the other way around where you just have that like speed, like the adrenaline, and it just keeps you going even faster than at home. It's different for everyone.
Yes. How do you experience it? Do you feel you're doing better at competitions or better at home?
I'm definitely better at competitions. I don't know what it is. It's definitely not planned, but somehow I'm faster at competitions. But
So, liebe Freunde, jetzt ist die erste Stunde vorbei.
Like, you actually feel like
Wir haben
you have
jetzt
to do
noch
it,
eine
because at home you
Restzeit
can
von
still
30
feel like you are
Minuten.
slacking off a little
Exactly, yeah. And you might get distracted with other things, or like the thoughts are somewhere else.
Or if the puzzle is boring or not that interesting, you just zone off a little bit and just turn into casual puzzling a little bit instead of just trying to be fast, which is something that can be a problem for a lot of people. But yes, at a competition, it's just a completely different atmosphere, and it can be very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
However, we can see the room slowly emptying out. People are getting finished here. We still have half an hour left until the time limit. We have just heard the announcement a little bit, at the 1 hour mark, that we still have 30 minutes left. So I am pretty confident that a good number of people are going to be done here. Yeah,
there's still plenty of time. We haven't really seen many people, or at least on the stream, that who haven't advanced very much in the puzzle. So we just see people, putting the last pieces, but there might be some in the very back that still have more to work on the puzzle.
Yes, everyone is doing great progress. Like, we really don't see anyone lagging too much behind.
So we have at 14, Natalie Kuhlmann, and what was the other? She's
just done.
That was the...
Yeah, that was the other table.
Yeah, I don't know who.
But now she's done.
Now Natalie's done.
Now we're done. Table 14. Congratulations. I think they are still probably in the final. We might be getting close to this.
That's true. Yeah, we had the top 20 a little bit ago, so it could get close now. So you want to really speed up if you want to move on to the final.
Yes, you definitely have to. Tanya is also done. Tanya Bares. A great time here as well. Yes, the first row is basically empty now.
It's just nice to recognize some people doing their puzzle, and then being in the puzzle community and also going to meetups, you just recognize people and then see them in the competition. It's nice to talk to them, see them, and
Yes, it is still such a young sport in Germany. There's it basically has started out last year. The association was founded last year. So it's still a very young sport. So a lot of people are still completely new to this. And yes, it's good to see the new faces, but people are getting more and more familiar with each other, especially those who are especially active in the speed puzzling community, that they go to multiple competitions, that they take part online, that they go to meetups. Then they start to get a little bit more familiar.
Yeah, so here we see table 96 Sabrina Kerz, and we also don't have any data on her. But she's also doing really well. I mean, we're at 1 hour, 3 minutes, and she's also close to finishing.
Almost done.
Yeah. You know, people were asking us at Worlds or other competitions, like, where are all the Germans? Like, why don't you have a puzzle association? Isn't puzzling really big in Germany? But yeah, here they are. We finally have an association. We're so happy. And just to connect all these people and to give them a space to just connect and do puzzles and competitions and everything.
It is actually pretty interesting that it only started growing out so much now, because this is the country of Ravensburger and Schmidt and a lot of very, very famous puzzle brands, and somehow competing has not been a thing yet. While in the meantime, in Spain, for example, it has been such a big thing for so many years. So it is pretty interesting. I wonder why that happened, but the main thing is that it is finally happening and people are getting more and more involved, and they're doing amazingly here.
Yeah, and people are visible now. You know, this is what I also really appreciate about competitions, but also about meetups. So you actually meet the people who share the same hobby. Usually, you know, you're at home and maybe you're with your family doing a puzzle, but you, outside of that, at least in Germany, you wouldn't really know anyone else who likes to do puzzles, and you would just find out completely by accident. And this finally now puzzling is getting more international and more visible for people, and it's a great hobby. It's you know, it has maybe people might think that it's boring or that it's, you know, why would you do that?
And also for a lot of people there's a very big difference, or it's a very big jump from just puzzling at home, which most people just do to relax, to go to a competition and actually do it as basically as a stress factor. Because it is a stressful environment if you all of a sudden go to a competition. But then slowly but surely more and more people pop up who actually really enjoy this.
And
they,
it's crazy, but
and also it opens up a gateway for all the people that have not been buying 500-piece puzzles because they got done with them way too quickly.
Exactly.
Yes.
Good
and
job.
We have another finisher here, but there's pieces missing. So yes, there's a lot of people who only start solving 500-piece puzzles now because there's finally something exciting about them, because otherwise compared to a 1,000-piece puzzle, it can be too easy, or they might think that it is, especially if you're doing it in a relaxed way. Maybe a 1,000-piece puzzle might take a couple of hours, or if you're doing it in a really chilled way, you puzzle away for a couple of days. But with 500 pieces, that's not really the case. So then with 500 pieces, you finally have a different challenge to go about it. Yes, in the meantime, we have another finisher and another piece missing.
She definitely looks young, but I think we have seen her before. I wonder if she's in the under 18 category.
She could be. And she has another piece missing. And somehow we have a lot of pieces.
Oh, there it is.
I was about to say that interestingly,
yes.
we have a lot of people missing pieces here that are somehow vanishing.
I know. She just looks very young. She's not under 18, but she might be close.
And we see table 60 here now,
yeah.
Still having a couple of pieces left, maybe somewhere around 20, 25, maybe 20, closer to 20. It's hard to tell from here on the side. This is Nadine Wunder. She's also puzzling pretty confidently there. And yes, we can see that a lot of people are finishing now. It would be nice to see a list of finishers again, just to see like where we are in the ranking.
Yes.
It is hard to keep track after probably top 15.
Yeah, maybe we're past the 40 top 40s now.
We're probably past that now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here we have, that's interesting. She did the red part. And now she's working on the yellowish, greenish.
It seems like she's picking out like specific parts that she wants to complete
like
here.
Maybe the pineapple.
Probably something like that. She most probably went for the pieces that she can really recognize and just to complete like specific motives in the puzzle, which is not really a strategy that anyone has been going with, or not many people has been going with, because the gradient somehow like gives itself a little bit.
Yeah, you have to be pretty strategic about like how to tackle a 500-piece puzzle when you want to finish it in a specific time. So you want to have some strategy in there and just pick out the pieces that you can, or the parts that you can put together very fast.
And here we have another finisher very soon, maybe 4 pieces left. And almost. We're very, very close here.
Close.
What I'm actually surprised at is that we haven't caught anyone from the podium yet to come and join us to speak with us. So far we have been sitting here all very lonely.
I would love to ask them questions.
We're trying to carry away the stream here. But it seems like a lot of people don't want to talk to us.
Maybe they're just a little shy. Maybe, it's early in the morning. It's the first round. Hopefully we'll have some.
It can also be scary for some people to have to speak English in front of a camera, which is like... Yeah, can be scary, but yes, if necessary, we can also translate. But yes, we're seeing very confident finishers. We still have 20 minutes left.
I like her socks. She had like...
I didn't spot the socks.
They were actually matching the puzzle, kind of. I mean,
nice.
I think they were...
Gradient socks?
No, they were. They had strawberries on them, I think, if I saw right. Even though we don't have strawberries on the puzzle, but, just
no, but we have red things.
Kind of like the theme, yeah.
Yes. So we have still a couple of puzzlers.
There.
Yes, I can see the strawberries. Yes, very cool socks.
35. What is her name? Now we also...
35, Anna Siebert. Yes, very good. We have our first 40 now.
Nice.
So
1 hour 5.
I kind of want to say that whoever finished until now... no, we already have 50. Okay. Yes, so we have almost 50 finishers.
Very good. From about 120.
Ooh, very nice earrings there.
Oh, I love those puzzle earrings. I mean, those were also very popular at Worlds last year.
Yes,
and
it is a statement.
I just saw so many. Yes, maybe she was also at Worlds.
Yes. So we have our first, top 50 at the moment out of 120.
Yeah.
So about half of the people are finished at the moment, and we still have 20 minutes. Well, a little under half of people.
And
are finished.
towards the end it goes faster, so we will definitely see a few more.
Yes, we will, for sure.
And there's a lot of the audience on the top. It's like packed, probably with family and maybe like participants who will participate in the next round, and they're probably already like speculating, ooh, am I gonna get a round puzzle too? Like, is it gonna be of the Circle of Colors series?
Yes.
Which one could it be? And maybe
I have to admit, I'm going to be in the second round, and I did do a couple of circular puzzles just to be sure.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to train as much as you can.
Yes, I would be very happy if we didn't get one of those. No. We're going to have to see.
You don't like the shapes?
Not really.
Not
really.
You have to get used to it.
The gradient is not really my thing. So
really?
Yes, I'm one against against the gradients. I try to avoid them when I can. That's why like pair and team is usually pretty good, because then you can just like hand over whatever gradient you have to like, please do this instead of me. But yes, we're going to have to see. It might happen. Could be a speculation that all 3 for the preliminaries are going to be circle of colors puzzles. But yes, we're going to have to see that.
Daniel Schrempf
we have another
also.
happy finisher at table 80.
Daniel Schrempf, that was him. And now we have, I don't see the table
Can't
number.
see the table number there. We do need to take a peek at our list here of who sits at which table. Yes, we're going to have to see. Congratulations.
People are definitely very happy. It seems like they're very happy to finish. They're maybe happy about the puzzle.
Yes, we have another
excited.
finisher there just now. Great job, everyone.
People are not too close, you know, like it's not as crazy as not as crazy as in other competitions,
or as I was speculating. I really thought that this would be very, very close to each other. But yes, it was kind of spaced out. And we do have a lot of helpers. Like if you're looking at the stream, you can see the people walking around in their yellow vests. Those are our helpers. And there's also some members of the leadership of the association who are now walking around and also helping out.
Nadine Wunder here plays at
and
60.
That's place 119. Nice daylight coming in from the window.
Lena Hofmeier, she's from Austria. I think she's from the Puzzle Association from Austria, or the Vienna Jigsaw Club. I think I know her face at least.
Yes.
And I think she also has been to Worlds, even though... No, maybe she hasn't. Maybe just her teammates, because we don't have data on her.
Yes.
But it's nice that you know, internationals are here and they drove all the way. Maybe they live here, you know, or Austrians and Swiss people, they drove all the way here to Leonberg, which is in the south of Germany.
Yes. It can also be pretty tricky with the internationals, because to enter the German championship, you had to have, like the actual German championship, you had to be a German citizen. So there might be a lot of the internationals here who are living here and are residents, but they're not citizens. So they are competing also as internationals.
Yeah, so you can compete here if you're not a German citizen, and then you're under the category international, and that's, I think, so great. Congrats, Lena. Also finished.
Congratulations.
She doesn't seem too happy about her time, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe she's just happy to finish.
Maybe she was expecting something better, or she's just not the eruptive, happy kind of person.
But
and
yeah,
yes,
so,
table 60 is almost finished.
I think we had her before.
Yes, we had her on before.
Nadine Wunder. Yeah, good job.
Done. Very good.
Good job.
Yes, she seems happy.
So yeah, you can definitely sign up and come here. The only thing is that, you know, there's not much. You maybe have to know a little German to browse through the website, because we haven't translated everything in English yet. But you know, everything's possible. Still,
people have found a way.
You find.
It's
pretty
easy
through
to
Instagram.
navigate.
Yeah, through Instagram. There's also English posts, and we're happy to help you. So just talk to us, and we can help you sign up. No problem. We're happy if you join.
Yeah, so we here see until place 50 at the moment. The list, we have a lot of finishers.
So top 50 in 1 hour 10.
This is the top 50 until now. And then, yeah, for the first 58 I done.
Good.
At 1 hour and 16 minutes. There are still some times that have to be added here.
Yes, definitely, because I've seen,
Yes, and here we see our top 10 at the moment.
So we're
Nina
about...
Schicks, Maya von Borstel and Sophie Neumann were the first 3. And yes, here we see from place 11 to 20.
So we're about halfway through, I would say, with the finishers.
We're at 30 now. Yes.
Or, I mean, I think we have about 60 finishers-ish.
Until now, as far as I could see, yes.
So yeah, it could get a little close for some people.
But there's still yeah,
time.
somewhere around
Yeah.
12 minutes left. A lot can be done in 12 minutes.
That is true, yeah. Well, it looks like he's also missing a yellow piece there,
It
or
seems
is it
like
just
there's a lot
white?
of pieces missing, and I wonder
Yeah.
if like it's missing from the puzzle itself, or it is actually like people just throwing pieces around in like the
Maybe.
excitement of the competition.
Or, you know, it might still be in the bag, like sometimes pieces.
That's a very
left out
annoying
in-
thing that can
Yes,
happen.
that's the worst.
Yes. Especially, like I have heard a very good trick from someone recently is that to not throw the bag anywhere, but put it in your pocket, so that if you're missing a piece, you can actually take it out and just take a look if the piece is there. Might be a good
Oh,
trick
now
for
he's
later
looking
on.
for the piece.
There we have someone
that's,
looking for, for
Jörg,
his piece.
yeah,
And
he's-
there it is. Found it.
Good job, yeah.
And another
And
one
another
is missing.
one.
Yeah, seems like he was throwing around pieces a little bit. Not looking for
Happy
it,
to
though.
be done.
Happy to be done.
It's a little stress at the end finding the missing pieces.
Yes, well, it is a rush. And especially, like, we are past an hour and 15 minutes by now, so people are getting tired as well. Like, yeah, the comfortable thing about finishing quick is that you don't get to this point where, like, your
Yeah.
focus, your brain is just starting to get tired. And here you still have to push through.
Yeah, and
until the
it
end.
is hard to you know, keep up the speed and the concentration for that long. So yeah, and maybe there's not so much adrenaline anymore because, you know, there's not so many finishers at the same time, and that may not push you so much anymore. But she's also moving fast. 56 table, I think. That was Sonja Bartelmes.
Yes, we can see a couple of people still getting very close to finishing. Yeah, most of the tables are only missing about, most of the tables that we can see here now are missing about 10 to 25 pieces. So yes, we're still going to have a couple of finishers. We have about 10 minutes left, which is a lot of time still to just pick whatever you can, just place those pieces. It's still possible to finish. You can still push through, especially if you have this little amount of pieces left.
Oh, liebe Freunde, jetzt
And
sind die letzten
yes,
10 Minuten angegangen.
we can hear the announcement that there's 10 minutes left, and at the same time we have a finisher at table 22,
Very good.
who is Annette Sauter-Ott. So she's
Very
also
good.
done. Very good, and she seems extremely happy. Yes.
Good
Very
job.
good. Yeah, so it is definitely still possible for a lot of people to finish. I still think it's a pretty good round that we had so far. A lot of finishers, a lot of times under 40, a lot of times under 50, a lot of times under
Yes,
an hour.
it's, I would say, just a great start into the competition.
And it will only get more exciting from
Yeah.
here.
And you know, if this has been the first competition, which we know, like for some people, like they haven't done any competitions yet, and it's the first competition, and you finish in time, or maybe even a really great time for you, then
I would like to highlight the T-shirt here because there is a Gilmore Girls fan with Luke's Diner, and anyone who follows the show, it's a very follows the show, used to follow the show, or still rewatches
I
it
think
from time to time.
it got more it got popular again. I
Yeah,
think
it got picked up again,
Yeah.
and yeah. So a good Gilmore Girls fan is always good to see. So that's a very nice T-shirt.
Yeah, we don't see many like puzzle T-shirts or some. You know, we have seen some earrings, but people are
I
not
would
too
put
crazy
that down
about.
to beginners mostly, because I have seen a couple of World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship T-shirts and one team T-shirt.
Okay,
Basically,
yeah, that's
from here. But
yeah.
I would put the lack of costumes and like team shirts down to a lot of beginners and
Yes.
newcomers. Yes, that's basically it. It's not really that big of a thing. I do see
No.
some association T-shirts as well from people, because there is merchandise available
Exactly,
from the
yeah.
shop of the
Yeah.
association. So it is possible to get the T-shirts from the Puzzle Association as well, as far as I know.
Yeah, exactly. On our website, you can go. There's a shop linked to on our website, and you can purchase T-shirts in very different colors. Yeah, and it's nice to see all the puzzle T-shirts that are there, people who wearing them, and yeah, I mean, it's getting there. You know, you see people wearing like T-shirts and earrings, and then next time you might want to dress up more, and it's gonna grow, I'm sure. There's someone from Belgium.
Yeah, we can see the Belgian T-shirt.
Yeah. Probably participated in like some, maybe she has like her team T-shirt or her pairs T-shirt. People have like, even they would have different T-shirts for pairs, or then different T-shirts for teams. You can really do all sorts of crazy things, and you know, at Worlds we have seen a lot of crazy clothing going on, like with puzzle tights, like tights full of puzzle pieces, and skirts, dresses, shoes.
Everything that can come with a puzzle pattern can be turned into a clothing item or a headwear or something like that.
Yeah.
And the puzzle competition is the place where you can like wear it without feeling weird about it. Like people here are going to appreciate it. Like you get compliments for it. And yes, that's a very nice T-shirt and a very nice finish at 1 hour and 23 minutes. We still have finishers coming in, very good, and we have 6 minutes left until the time limit.
Yeah.
We're doing great here. The hall is emptying out, but we can hear the chatter of like just the audience as well. Like from some of the footage I can see that there's a lot of audience as well. Most probably either family members or competitors from the other rounds.
Yeah, probably.
A lot of people were saying that they would come by just to take a look at what the puzzle is. Apart from following the live stream, those who are anyway here, they might come a little earlier than before their own round just to take a look at what is going on, get like the hang of the atmosphere a little bit, because I think it also helps with like the entire competition feeling that you have, you kind of have a sense of where you are. And you get comfortable with your surroundings as
Especially if it's your first competition, you know, then you want to get a little familiar with everything and like how it goes. And then at least you don't have to worry about the organizational things anymore once you know, okay, how it's going to go. Oh, she's like, I see some shaking hands there. She really wants to finish the puzzle quickly.
Usually the adrenaline at the very end, like it gets even worse with like the last few pieces. You can feel that you're like so very close, and then the shaking just gets worse, and then it's harder to place the pieces. It is there, even with the profession or with the pros.
Oh yeah, a lot of shaking hands, especially also in the beginning, and then you might chill out a little bit during, and then towards the end you can get a little nervous
towards
again.
The end you feel the pressure of having to finish, and the closer you get, like the more you want it.
Yeah, and you know that it has to go fast now. It has to go fast, and you just want to push those pieces into place.
Yes, exactly. We're looking at 2 finishers at the moment.
Only 4 minutes left now.
Yes, and they're definitely going to finish. One
is done. Good job. Very happy.
Table 36 or 38 or 35. I couldn't see the picture exactly or the number. But here, table 56.
Oh, no.
No, 95.
Let's go.
And only 2 pieces left.
Got
or
this.
3. No, a couple more. But almost there. And...
so nerve-wracking.
But it's the wrong way
she pulls
around.
out another one. Good job.
Very good.
You know, when people just hold puzzle pieces in their hands and you don't see how many they have left, they just pull out the pieces.
And then just try to keep... Yes, exactly. And somehow it gets even more excited around the end of the time limit, because like you want people to feel successful and you want them to finish on time. Ooh, so like you start rooting for them more and more.
He has some like nice daylight there. That could be also pretty tricky with the
it could be
shadows.
Tricky with the shadows of the pillars.
Yeah. The daylight is very nice to have when you puzzle, but yeah, when you have shadows, then it's also a downside.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I don't think it really brings you any advantage in this situation with the lighting, because the lights are pretty good in the hall as well. It might not be that visible from the stream on the cameras, because like they pick up light a little bit differently, but it's not dark on the inside. It's just with the optics it works in that way.
With like really dark shades. it would be definitely harder, with artificial light.
Yes.
But
we are
hopefully
very close to finishing. 2.5 minutes.
Hopefully we will see some more colorful puzzles. I mean, the backs are also really colorful, so that might be a theme for today. And we don't know. We don't know anything.
We don't know. We are not allowed to know it either. It's only the organizers that know. There's only a couple of people who know what's in the puzzles.
Yes, exactly. And they're keeping it a secret. So
they're very much keeping it a secret. We're not even, even us commentators are not allowed to go into the storage area where the puzzles
we're
are.
also, to be honest, we're also gonna participate in the competition. So of course we're not allowed to see anything.
Yeah,
so
that
we don't
get
hints.
Unfair advantage either.
No.
Just for working here.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Well, we're all good sports here, so we want to be fair and want to do fair competition.
Yes. There's a minute and a half left, and our competitor here, I can't see the table number, is also very close to finishing. I think it still could be done.
Oh, from here you really
like
can't
it to be done.
Really can't see much of the color either.
Maybe 5 or 6
here we
pieces.
have the
here we have our under 18 competitor.
Exactly.
Table 71.
70. Yeah,
She's doing
Janika
great as well. Yes.
Exactly, Janika Bazedov. Good. Oh, I hope she's gonna finish, but I'm not so sure.
50 seconds left. It's super close, very, very close. I'm really rooting for this competitor still. I would really like her to finish.
She's really close. She will finish. I'm sure she
left.
will.
Only a couple of pieces. Just go on.
This is how nerve-wracking it can be when you're just watching.
Very, very nerve-wracking.
Nur noch 30
30
Sekunden.
Come on, you can do it.
You can do it. Everyone is doing such a great job. 20 seconds left. Come on, you can do it. There's only 2 or 3 pieces left. Yes, this is going to be done.
Yes!
Very good.
We had some really nice cheering going on.
We had some big
that
cheering
was
on
definitely
here.
More
and
enthusiasm. There we go.
Time is over.
Good job, everyone.
Einstellen.
Yes.
Aufhören mit Puzzle
Great
reden.
effort from everyone.
Und vielen Dank an
I
dieser
don't
Stelle
see
für
a
eure
puzzle that is
Teilnahme.
not close to being finished in general.
Yes, we have seen a lot of very advanced puzzles, and it was a great first round, I would say.
It was a very good first round, and now we are coming to the part where people are going to start counting their pieces, whatever is left, still have that recorded by the helpers, and yes, wrap up the puzzles and get ready for the next round.
Yeah, and as we can see, there's not many people left. I mean, we have some people in the background, or in the back sitting still, but
Achtung,
it's
diejenigen, die ihr Puzzle nicht beendet konnten,
the next round will start at 10:45.
Yes, so we're going to have a little bit of a break until then.
And we will, so the next commentators will be Jörn and Beatrice.
And then, before we're going to wrap up our live stream, there's still going to be a video by Ravensburger that we're going to watch together, which is basically about how a puzzle gets done, which is pretty cool. So we're going to still take a look at that while the puzzle pieces are being counted by our last few competitors. We see here, yes, the list of finishers. This is now the top 10 that we can see. And yes, we can take a look at the first amazing times that we have seen, and we're just going to have a run through of everyone that has finished their puzzles so far, just so that we can take a look. And yes, we're going to see how close the closest one was to finishing.
And you can see the categories also, like international and under 18 and 50 plus, and the Germans. So can pick out which are the top finishers in each category.
Yes. So basically, this list is also going to be on the association's website. So you can check it out under the results at the event. If you want to take a look at like someone specific, or if you now see like, yes, place 51 to 60, but when you want to take a look at the first 20, then you can still take a look on the website of the association. So that's also possible.
And now people are counting the pieces. You have to make a stack of 5 or 10 puzzle pieces.
10 is usually the easiest, I think.
Yeah, it would be the easiest.
Yes. Definitely not as much counting done as in October this time.
Yeah.
But yes. So this is the counting part. Every piece that is connected, like every 3 pieces that are connected to each other, still counts as a solved puzzle. It is also quite a good strategy when you see that you're not going to be finished, just to try and connect as many pieces of 3 as you can, just because that counts as puzzled as well. So then you don't have to count those anymore at the very end if you run out of time, which can also still maybe buy you a couple of places.
Yeah,
So
I mean, in the ranking, that's also a good way to try to finish your puzzle, just to connect as many pieces as possible. Like, just put some random, they don't have to fit in the puzzle. But thanks for watching so far, and we hope that you will tune in to the next round with the next hosts, and we will also see you later. We will be commentating later again in different constellations. But thank you so much. And
thank you very much for your attention, and now we can take a look at how a puzzle is made. Thank you.
Das ist die Puzzleproduktion von Ravensburger. Und wie entsteht hier ein Puzzle? Alles beginnt in einem Redaktionsmeeting. Hier werden Zielgruppe, Teilezahl und das grobe Thema für das neue Puzzle festgelegt. Dazu gibt es erste Skizzen und ein Moodboard. Hat sich das Team geeinigt, ist der Illustrator dran. Das ist Jonas Jödicke, Illustrator und ein echter Experte für Fantasy und Naturmotive.
Auf die Idee dafür komme ich, wenn ich dann draußen im Wald zum Beispiel spazieren gehe und ich sehe, wie die Sonne durch die Blätter schön scheint. Und das inspiriert mich so sehr, dass ich dann nach Hause gehe und mich direkt hinsetze und anfange zu skizzieren.
Jonas beginnt mit einfachen Layouts. Je nach Motiv dauert die finale Ausarbeitung zwischen 10 und 150 Stunden. Knapp 100 waren es beim magischen Hirsch. Am Ende bleiben 3 bis 4 Bilder, die sich nur leicht voneinander unterscheiden, und die gehen jetzt wieder zurück an die Puzzle-Redaktion. Hier wählt die zuständige Redakteurin das finale Motiv aus und achtet dabei nochmal auf ganz bestimmte Details.
Ein gutes Puzzlemotiv muss sich natürlich nicht nur gut puzzeln lassen, es muss auch ansprechend aussehen. Um jetzt das Beste aus unserem Motiv hier herauszuholen, passe ich noch ein paar Details in Photoshop an, zum Beispiel Helligkeit und Farbe, damit unser Puzzler am Ende das beste Puzzleerlebnis hat, was er bekommen kann.
Die eigentliche Herstellung des Puzzles beginnt erst jetzt. In dieser Druckmaschine entsteht gleich der magische Hirsch. Und zwar im Vierfarbdruck auf leinengeprägtem Spezialpapier. Das sorgt dafür, dass das Motiv nicht reflektiert und spiegelt. Übrigens, unser Papier stammt zu 100% aus nachhaltiger Forstung. Unter anderem aus dem Schwarzwald in Süddeutschland. Aber zurück zur Puzzleherstellung. 18.000 solcher Bögen schafft die Maschine pro Stunde. Doch bevor der Drucker Vollgas gibt, prüft er haargenau jedes Detail und die korrekten Farbwerte. Passt's? Na dann los! Zum Puzzeln ist das Papier so natürlich noch viel zu dünn. Deshalb wird es jetzt kaschiert. So heißt der Vorgang, bei dem der Motivbogen von Pressbändern auf den zuvor mit Leim bestrichenen, stabilen, blauen Ravensburger Karton gepresst wird. Und dann wird daraus endlich ein echtes Puzzle. Und zwar so. Erst die Puzzleteile von Hand skizzieren. Dann biegen erfahrene Werkzeugbauer 6 Wochen lang aus 65 Meter langen scharfen Stahlbögen eine Stanzform. Echte Handarbeit. Jede Form ist ein Unikat und kein Puzzleteil gleicht dem anderen. Der nächste Schritt, das Stanzen. Dabei zerteilt das messerscharfe Stanzwerkzeug den magischen Hirsch mit einer Wucht von 800 Tonnen in 1000 einzigartige Puzzleteile mit Nischen und Nasen. Damit die Teile später perfekt ineinander passen, ist eine saubere Kante ganz besonders wichtig. Ein Fall für die Qualitätskontrolle. Ist die zufrieden, finden die Puzzleteile ihren Platz in der passenden Schachtel. Die wird übrigens genauso aufwendig hergestellt wie das Puzzle selbst. Der sogenannte Zudeckler verschließt und versiegelt die Puzzleschachteln mit Klebeetiketten, in denen der magische Hirsch auf Weltreise geht. In über 100 Ländern ist er eins von über 2000 Ravensburger Puzzles, bei denen eines immer etwas ganz Besonderes ist. Das allerletzte Puzzleteil.